so this is going to be a brow routine for you. With all these kinds of videos, I know that they're kind of geared towards redheads in the fact that I'm talking about redheads just because I am a redhead and just because I know what works for me. But as always, feel free to adapt these to your hair colour, to your colouring, to your complexion. These tips are very universal tips and they're going to work for a range of complexions. A lot of redheads have commented on my videos saying that they really struggle with finding the right brow products and the right brow routine that works for them and looks natural. It definitely is harder for us. It's taken me a good while to be completely satisfied with my routine. I just didn't do my brows for the first 20 years of my life and I wore makeup. I just never did my brows because I was like, I'm a redhead. There aren't brow products for me, they're all brown. That's not gonna work. And then I started doing them about 2 years ago and I really like the product that I use. I think it's great and it's from the drugstore. It's by Soap & Glory and it is their Archery Brow Pencil. It's basically like the Anastasia Brow Wiz, if you're familiar with that product. I haven't used that personally, but I know it's like exactly the same concept. It has a spoolie on one end, which is designed to brush out your brows. This is a brand new one that I just opened for this video. You're supposed to brush out your brows with that, and then it has this little twist up pencil. Now I use this in the shade Blonde Shell, which is perfect for me, but they do have another shade which is brown. For me, I have quite light coloured hair, so I needed a light eyebrow colour. Now this one is fine. They do only do 2 shades, a blonde and a brown one, so if neither of them works for you, then you're not going to be able to use this product. But definitely hunt around. I find that things with a more ashy undertone work really well. If you buy something that is orange because you think, oh, I have orange hair, I need to have a brow product that's also orange to match my hair colour, you're probably not going to like the results, because if you use a very orange toned eyebrow colour, it's probably going to look like you've really drawn on your eyebrows. The other thing that you can do with your eyebrows is set them by using a brow gel or something like that. Now I get my eyebrows threaded fairly regularly, so I don't feel like I have a lot of flyaways that I need to tame, although sometimes I definitely do if I'm needing to get my eyebrows threaded soon, if you know what I mean. But in general, I just don't bother with an eyebrow gel because I feel like it's just an extra product that you're putting on your face, and I don't like to wear too much makeup. I know that seems ridiculous because obviously I pile makeup on most of the time compared to a lot of people, but for me an eyebrow gel is kind of just a little bit of an extra that I don't really need. If you have eyebrows that like to go one way and another and not stay in place, then definitely by all means invest in one. L'Oreal do a nice clear brow gel that I've used, which is pretty good. I've heard that the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel is like really good and like super glue for your brows, although I haven't used it myself, so I can't comment on it from personal experience, but I've heard good things about it. But yes, I do have quite full eyebrows as it is, so my eyebrows don't require a lot of filling in. I just kind of go over what's already there. But I know that a lot of redheads do struggle with very sparse eyebrows or fair eyebrows, so I'm sorry if this tutorial isn't helpful for that, because mine really aren't like that. I don't want this to come across as me kind of saying like, oh, my eyebrows are better because they're not so sparse, so because that's not what I'm saying. My eyebrows are just different, and there will be tutorials out there for sparse eyebrows, and you can get tips on how to fill them in if they're sparse, but hopefully this will still give you some insight into the colours that will be good for you to wear. So first things first, I always take a separate spoolie brush, which is the Daniel Sandler brow groomer. This was just the cheapest one I could find. I think I was making like an essential order anyway, and I was like, oh, I want to get a brow spoolie separate, because honestly I don't love the one that comes on the Soap & Glory Archery Brow Pencil. It's fine and I used it for like a year, but it was just, it gets a bit clogged up with product, and I didn't really want to wash it because I felt like I didn't want to get water inside the pencil where the actual brow product is. So I just bought a separate one. It's thicker than the one that comes on the Soap & Glory Archery brow pencil, so it can really get through your brows a bit better. And I do wash this every time I wash my brushes. So first things first, I just brush them out with this. I take my time. I really make sure that they're very brushed, and I brush upwards. And then when I come to the outside portion of my brow, I just stroke it downwards. So it's very important, I feel, to make sure that my brows are up at the inner corner and then going down after they arch to meet the outer portion of my eye. So then I just take the Soap & Glory Archery brow pencil and I literally just fill it in any areas which I find are a bit more sparse, particularly on the very inner corner, the very far corner towards my nose of my brows. Those are the sparsest areas. I don't really have many other sparse areas, so I will be a little bit more detailed in there. I do tiny brush strokes upwards as if I'm creating natural hairs, and then I draw a top line along the top of my brow to carve out the shape, and then I will fill that in from the bottom, again using upward small brush strokes or pencil strokes, and then I will just kind of take it and start from where my arch begins, you know, where it like meets the corner, and just drag it down in one motion. And I tend not to do more than one stroke because then it can get a bit messy. I do the same on the other side. And remember, brows are sisters, not twins. So my brows, each one is definitely different. It has a different shape, and you do just get used to what you need to do for that brow to make it look even and stuff like that. It comes with practice. If I just left them like that, they would look quite drawn on and a little bit too harsh. So the most important step is brushing them out after you've applied the product, because it just blends everything together and looks really smooth and nice. And I just go over my brows with the brush again, using upward strokes and then downward on the outer tail, and then I am done. And then at this point you can apply a brow gel if you like. You can buy tinted ones as well as clear ones. It just depends what you prefer. So that is my brow routine. I know it's not very innovative. I just kind of do what I feel looks most natural and works for me. But hopefully if you are not sure how to fill in your brows, then that gave you some tips, and you now feel a little bit more confident to fill in your brows. And I do think that doing your brows is a game-changing thing for your makeup. It steps up your whole makeup game, and suddenly your face looks so much more put together. They really frame your face, and it just looks so much better when I've done my brows as to when I haven't. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe if you want to see more videos. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.